Hi, everyone. So I am here with my good friend, Dr. Terrell Crawford. Okay, so we're going to talk about, I did a session for you 3 or 4 years ago. Is that right?
That's correct. You certainly
Okay.
did.
And I just want to find out what the before and after was and what kind of benefits you're feeling now. So to get started, you knew me because I structure business entities and I had done other work for you over the years. And then I had a conversation and mentioned that I do this deep rewiring of the subconscious mind. And what was it about that when we had that conversation? Because you said, let's do it immediately, as I recall. What was it that piqued your interest or made you want to try it out? What kind of struggles did you have that you were hoping to get resolved?
Yeah, as soon as you made mention of that, I mean, from the heart of hearts of a actual leader, because as you know, I used to be in the Marine Corps. So
Yeah.
leadership principles come, I mean, they're true and dear to me.
Hmm.
And when you told me that, I said, you know what? I think that this would even make it more of a streamlined leadership kind of platform for my 18 employees across my four different practices. And I said, you know what? If it changes the way that we think and operate, the it's going to be a win-win for the employees as well as for the patients and everyone involved.
So
So
you were
that's
hoping to upgrade your mind to be just a better leader.
absolutely, absolutely. Looking at what was holding me back, we when we are involved with our day-to-day lives, we don't realize that there are life experiences as well as life traumas
Yeah.
that will hold you back. And you may think that, you know what, this is just the way things are supposed to, kind of quote unquote roll. But
It's your
really,
normal, right?
exactly. It's your
Yeah.
normal. And unfortunately, it was not. It was hindering me from being the best version of myself.
What specifically was hindering you? Was it just procrastination or was it certain insecurities or doubts or something else?
I would definitely say that there was self-deprecation, there was, procrastination, you name it. It was there in some way, shape, or form. Even if
Hmm.
it was latent, it was still there.
Scale of 0 to 10, these tendencies that held you back, how large were they? Were they just middle of the road five, but you're really glad they're gone, or was it more severe? Or
Definitely more severe. I'd probably say anywhere between an 8 and a 9.
wow.
Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's why, it's only by the grace of God that I've actually been able to achieve,
Mhm.
this level of success that I'm enjoying. Because let me tell you, procrastination, a loss of economy of motion, just, everything that you can do to work against yourself, is
Mhm.
exactly what was occurring to me.
So you're self
And
sabotaging too.
absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. But all that went away, all that dissipated. And here we are, 3, 4 years later. And I'm still receiving benefits from that session, which
And it
is
was one
incredible.
session, is that right?
One session. It was
Okay.
one session. There was definitely a lot of situational anxiety in a sense that, uh, day-to-day operations. Some of the things that we covered also addressed different aspects of my personality. I felt myself wanting to appease everyone, wanting to make sure that um, my employees all had a favorable light and saw me in a favorable light as well.
Yeah.
That was not productive at all.
Oh, and
So,
on your team.
exactly. So,
Okay.
having four locations and having, a team lead in each location or a manager, but they were probably not the best suited for those particular job assignments or duties.
Hmm.
It was actually very counterproductive.
You had issues with procrastination, self sabotage, stress, was anxiety, the situational
Absolutely.
anxiety, different high stress moments causing anxiety spikes, and then also interpersonal issues and maybe not handling that as well as or as effectively as you would have liked when it came to managing your team. And then we did the
That's correct.
session for you, and what changed, if anything, and how did it change?
Right. So almost immediately, I would probably say within the first 2 days, I started
Mhm.
to reassess how I ran the day-to-day operations,
Mhm.
how things um, that I would put off, that I would
Mhm.
delay. There was no longer, something that was going to stop me from being productive. I viewed things totally different. I analyzed
Wow.
things totally different. Absolutely. And it made our offices so much more productive. I was able to make those changes, personnel wise, just based off of that one session. Confronting in the right way
Mhm.
allows for you to resolve so many things,
Yes, it does.
conflict, and allows for you to conquer so many things. But sometimes when you're the boss,
Mhm.
you don't want to be deemed as having, particular favorites or putting policies in place that will uh, ultimately assist in the streamlining and the effectiveness, I should say, of the
Mhm.
business. So thinking that, hey, look, morale is going to be high if
Mhm.
I do this, but it may also kind of skirt the efficiency of the business. So I would kind of compromise on those things
Ah.
before the session. After the session, no, there was no compromising at all. It was, this is the way that we're going to run this platform. It's going to be the best thing which is needed for everyone associated
Mhm.
with the offices. So, of course, there was a little bit of pushback, but ultimately, those individuals who decided to stay, they saw the difference, and it was incredible. I mean, it
Really?
paid dividends. Yes, paid huge dividends. Absolutely. Right. So we had about a 42% increase in overall productivity. It also led to the overall net profitability of the offices as well. So the overall net profitability was off the charts. Just slight tweaking of certain aspects of treatment, certain aspects of delivery,
Mm.
even certain engagement criteria. Say, for instance, if someone walked into the office before, it was like, yeah, just greet them, good day, Mrs. Johnson, whatever the case may be. After the session, no hold bar. It was like night and day,
Dang.
flipping a
How did
light
that feel
switch.
for you?
Incredible. And what happens, I'll give you two aspects.
Yes, please. This is
There,
great. I love this.
Oh yeah. Before I really wasn't there wasn't any stringent criteria on responding or answering the phone in the
Mm.
offices, as long as you were polite, congenial. However, we added a different aspect, totally, and it brought forth a totally different dynamic.
Mhm.
I told the front desk personnel in all four locations, for now on, when you answer the phone, when you respond, I need you to smile. And said, but they can't see it, but they can feel the energy.
They
They
feel it
can
and hear it in the
feel.
voice.
Absolutely. Would have never decided to do that before the session. After the session, oh, bookings of patients, the actual no-show rate dropped significantly. Whenever there were patients or prospective
Mhm.
patients who walked into the offices, the staff were instructed to stand and greet each and every person who came through that door. Tremendous dividends.
Wow.
Tremendous.
It sounds like the shift we got in your subconscious is basically the catalyst for all these other downstream effects. Is that accurate to say?
Very accurate.
And
Absolutely.
can you give us any more detail as to actually what that shift was like?
Monumental. It was life changing.
And 4 years later, the effects of that one session are still there. Is that, or is it
Still there.
90% there, 80, 50, 20% there, 100%
No,
there?
I would say it's going to be roughly about 90 to 95%. But we all have a human component. And that
Absolutely.
human component, yes, that human component may sometimes want to override new training and revert back to the default setting. And even though you may want to revert back to the default setting, as I was just mentioning, there's nothing to revert back to.
Isn't that crazy? Did that surprise
It
you?
is. It did. It did. It did.
Wow.
I was absolutely, absolutely floored. It was just awesome. Great experience. And here it is, 3 or 4 years later, I'm still reaping the rewards.
Dentistry, very stressful occupation, and you said anxiety spikes, etc. Did that change at all, either the amount of stress or anxiety you felt or your ability to manage it or something else? Did that change at all as a result of the session?
The ability to manage it as well as how to interpret it,
Mm.
incredible. As a result, I started to just, recite to even my employees,
Mhm.
Doc, we have a problem. No, there's never any problems. There's only situations, and every situation has a solution. Before the session, it was like,
True.
oh my God, how do I take care of this problem and that problem? I feel like I have my fireman's hat on and I'm putting fires out in three other different locations
Mhm.
from where I'm actually presently treating patients. But there's no comparison. It's kind of like flipping on a switch,
Mm.
today and later today, today, later today. It's not something that occurred over a span or period of time. It
Mhm.
was instantaneous. And
Yeah.
that is the wonderful thing about it. Go ahead, go in with a little bit of skepticism, which is
Mhm.
healthy,
Sure.
but
Absolutely.
definitely go in with an open mind and allow for you to go through a session, 2 sessions, however many a particular individual may
Yeah. Some
need.
people do take more for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
And they will see significantly after they return back to work or vacation or whatever the case is, that they will start to see a lot of things almost like what is it, the Marvel movies that talk about the astro body, how you're viewing yourself from your astro body. That's what you would be doing here.
Wow.
You you literally would walk into your office and you'll be able to see how things were ran so inefficiently.
Mm-hmm.
And then now as you start to implement certain changes in protocol and policies, you will start to see like, wait a minute, not only is the efficiency starting to increase, but the proficiency as well.
Yeah.
And having proficient colleagues, whether or not they're either their subordinates, their employees, it's going to make your job and your life so much easier. So you have nothing to lose, but everything to gain by undertaking this particular session. I mean that wholeheartedly.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome.